We go now to Adam Kinzinger and then David Cicilline.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to echo your remarks, basically the remarks of everybody except Mr. Horbacher. You know, Dana, you're my friend, but I literally, something happened during that. I officially ran out of WTFs during that entire speech. To put a moral equivalency of our action in Mosul to what Bashar al-Assad is doing made me honestly want to throw up. It was embarrassing. I think to put a moral equivalency to any of our allies, and look, I'll admit, we have some allies that are not the best of human beings, but I can't name an ally we have right now that indiscriminately has killed 500,000 people with barrel bombs and chemical weapons. I mean, look, I think it was Mr. Deutsch that said something about, you know, the Russia issue, and it doesn't always have to be about Russia. And look, Russia plays a very bad role in Syria. This bill's not about Russia. This bill's about the fact that there is a guy that not only in the process of combat kills civilians, and it's not an accidental killing. I mean, we know that there are collateral damages that happen in war, and it's unfortunate, it's a fact. But he deliberately targets innocent civilians because they believe, the regime believes, that if you kill a fighter, yeah, you get some benefit, but if you kill a child, the collective pain that you're putting on the population is hopefully enough to get them to relent. So they kill more and more children. They're totally unfazed by a child gasping for his or her last breath because they're choking to death on chemical weapons. Yeah, but chemical weapons are terrible, but maybe it's a barrel bomb where a helicopter pilot flies and a couple guys in the back have a barrel that's just loaded up with a bunch of garbage that explodes and kills things, and just throw it out the back, hopefully timing it just correctly that it kills the most people possible. And then, but beyond the combat, Mr. Chairman, beyond the combat deaths, we saw the tortures that happened. I was in Auschwitz 2 or 3 weeks ago. Over 1 million people killed in gas chambers, gasping for their last breath. And we have Auschwitz maintained as basically almost exactly what it was left as, so that we remember to never, ever forget what humanity is capable of and to defend against it. And we see the same thing happening in Syria. And it's not just the combat deaths, it's the pictures of the bodies that have markings next to them, documenting how they were tortured, documenting starving to death, documenting all kinds of terrible things that when I went through SEER training and survival in the Air Force, they tell you when you're captured, this is the kind of stuff that can happen to you, and it was way even beyond that. For any kind of moral equivalency to be leveled with us, especially, or any of our allies, to the brutality of this demonic man.
With the gentleman, is the gentleman?
No, I'm still going. You've had enough. You've had enough time. I ran out of information. I ran out of.
Are you suggesting that I ran out moral equivalence?
This is my time. If the gentleman would please allow me to use my time.
When you refer to another member,
you had uninterrupted 6 minutes to spew Vladimir Putin's propaganda.
The member has a right
I am
to ask
defending against that.
When you refer to another member has a right to ask a question.
Not when I have the time. I think we're cool. We know where you stand. So anyway, Mr. Chairman, I'm just blown away by all that, and I got to tell you, Bashar al-Assad, I wish he would be dead. But that understanding, I hope we can get to a negotiated solution, and I will not yield. I'll yield back my time, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman.